I'll wait till you finish, Coach. I'm busted. It was a good win. Obviously, always a tough place to play on the road. Dealing with the noise. Thought our defense really played well after the one explosive early on. We knew it was going to be one of those games that field position was going to be important, ball security was going to be important, and I think preparing in our mind for what we thought the weather was going to be like, maybe it wasn't quite that. I've never heard of bomb typhoon, but that kind of gets your attention, and I thought we, for the most part, handled the weather. Kicker did a great job, and I thought in the special teams, the kicking game, we did some good things too. So, any questions?
Sean, in the first half, Alvin just kind of took control of it.
If you remember 2 years ago, well, but 2 years ago, it was kind of a back and forth, low scoring, not much. And in the 2-minute drill, we hit him on a screen that put us up. And that was pretty significant. It was Teddy's first start. And, you're always wanting to get the quarterback going a little bit. They play a lot of zone. And even in the single safety zone, they're really going to be into the hook areas deep. And I thought Jameis did a good job, especially in that 2-minute drill. That was significant when you can score like that and then start the half with the football. But we got a lot of soft zone in that. If you looked at I was asked at the end of the half, why Alvin so much, and a lot of that was based on the depth of the underneath coverage. So Jameis was smart enough to, keep dumping it to him. Typically, a good 2-minute drill, there's always an underneath throw or two to the runners, and this was no different. So then it tightened up a little bit more in the second half.
It's pretty smart if you get the third of that guy who's open there.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, listen, man, they're competitive, and we knew kind of it was going to be that type of game. I thought, there was a couple drives where they got extended a little bit because of penalties. We knew that crew was calling the most coming into this game by far, both on offense and defensive fouls, and sure enough, I don't know what the totals were, but there were a lot of fouls called, and that was kind of on par with where they're at. They're first of 17, so we'll get a chance to look at them.
Did you get an explanation on Marcus?
Yeah, his was not roughing the passer. It was a helmet to helmet on the pass rush. So I don't think anyone was looking for that, and Sean explained it, and certainly I wasn't looking for it either. But that's what the foul was.
You guys didn't try to get a jump on that first field goal at time.
No. We were fortunate, though, but it wasn't like a hard count or anything.
Knowing how tight they're playing the game, were you getting concerned at all between, Metcalf and Ron?
You just, because you don't want to bring 140 people to Seattle from New Orleans and lose because it gets away from you. Everyone's counting on everyone, and I get it. You want to be competitive, but I think that's a sign of a team that eventually you know how to win and to win and to win and to win, and that becomes everything. That becomes everything. More important than anything else, it's leaving with another win. And it's a young team. We're still preaching that message, but pretty soon you expect it. But then there's certain things, I've been in tight playoff games where personal fouls like that, everyone's counting on you. No different than ball security, really. We're counting on, if you're holding the ball, if you've got everyone's counting on you.
So what was kind of the idea when you turned around and handed it to Alvin on 3rd and 10?
Yeah, well, look, were right outside the cusp of field goal range. And I knew we'd be getting a soft zone, and I knew we were getting kind of an edge rush defense up the field. And so it was a little gap scheme, a little power scheme. And, the idea was maybe to get 7 yards and get in field goal range. I mean, that honestly is what I was thinking. I knew it was going to be a soft zone, and we felt like the way the ends were rushing, that's where different than a screen play, just a gap scheme that would be in the gun. I think that was important too.
Sean, you said last week that because of what was potentially coming weather-wise, you thought the offense had to change it a little bit. When you get here and you see what it's like now, and it doesn't really change at all, do you have to switch back to what your original plan was?
Well, we worked all week on a plan. We worked all week on what we like in the run game, what we like in the pass game. And, as you get closer to the game, I think you go through in your mind how the game might unfold. We've had a playoff game here in 13 where it was windy, wet, and so you just have to pay attention to the now and the present. And I think that I can't speak for last night's game, but that seemed damp and windy, and this ended up being a little bit better than, as a coach, you prepare for, you're telling them, and so I think overall it was a little bit less of a factor than I would have thought based on what I saw on the weather forecast.
Sean, a lot of good defensive individual performances. What more can you say about tomorrow's game?
Yeah, look, man, I just love the way he leads, the way he plays with enthusiasm. He's really developed into not just run, but pass as well. He's someone that has good instincts, can close the cushion on a run or a play in space. He tackles well. He's playing well. And I'm sure when we look at the tape tomorrow, we'll see a lot of good efforts. It was a good, hard-fought win. It's tough.
That last defensive sequence in particular, you get replays at Mario, Jenkins.
Yeah. Obviously, when you get a sack, in a final drive like that, it's significant. I don't know what the numbers are, but as soon as they're off schedule, and you can sit at the sticks, tough to be a quarterback. So it's one of those things you're always wanting to avoid. But I thought it was going to be a low-scoring game. We thought about going for it early on. We kicked our first field goal. I think they did the same thing. Points were going to be at a premium tonight, and I don't know what the charts say, but I felt like points were going to be important. All right, thank you.